Going on? It's your boy Big Mike Raider. We heading home right now. It's a little surprise live. I'm gonna try to do more of these. We don't have anybody in here right now, but we'll get somebody in here shortly. Just driving home. Want to talk some Raiders talk, man. Training camp underway. Pads are talking. It's a good day to be a Raider, man. It's a good day for football. It's a good day to talk some football. Why not do it on the way home? You guys know it's Big Mike Raider in the building. You got nobody jumping in yet, but I'm gonna get talking anyway. So we got training camp. The pads are talking. The offense is trying to find their identity. The defense continues to dominate. Do their thing. They're looking good right now. The defense is looking good. The offense is still trying to figure things out. A couple things that I wanted to talk about was Dylan Laube. That's one guy's name that keeps popping up every single time that there's a press conference. They talk to the players, the coaches, whoever it may be. It's always Dylan Laube. They're talking about Dylan Laube. Telling you guys right now, I think he's going to be eventually the running back 2 when it's all said and done. I think that he's going to be killing it this season. I think he can have like a 400-yard rushing, 400-yard receiving type of season. And I think he's going to get thrust into that running back 2 position. Remains to be seen. I know it's a long training camp, but a lot of people are saying good things about him. He had a pretty good day-to-day. He had like a 25-yard run. I think it was like a swing pass or something like that. I didn't look too much into what was going on. I mean, I'm just getting off of work, but I've been catching a couple of things. So, yeah, Dylan Laube, one of those guys that I'm thinking that is going to be one of those special guys. One of our special rookies when it's all said and done. And we got 5 in the building, guys. If you guys are jumping in right now, make sure you guys like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. You know, hey, I'm on my way home. I'm gonna try to do more of these, a little surprise kind of deal, trying to squeeze in my time, maximize my time with you guys. Yeah, I'm on my way home. You guys got me for about like 30, 45 minutes before I run out of reception as soon as I get into the PCH area. I'll show you guys what's up right now here. Let me see. Let me show you. Good old Los Angeles right here. Traffic. not so bad yet, y'all, but we're getting there. Traffic is not that bad yet, but it will be bad soon. You'll see. I'm on the 405 right now. But yeah, heading back home right now. So let's talk about some more stuff, guys. Let's talk about differences, right? We saw Dylan Parham, a little bit of Dylan Parham, pretty standard. He looks in great shape. We saw Thayer Munford. He injured his hand a little bit. He's going to keep working against Max Crosby. Prayers out to him with that whole thing. He's going to have a long camp, but it's only going to make him stronger. Hopefully he stays upright. Hopefully he stays healthy with that. And then we got a slow ass dude. So yeah, Thayer Munford, Parham, and then one guy that I wanted to talk about was Divine Deablo. Now Divine Deablo is he's looking a lot more slim this time around. I know this time last year in training camp. Shout out to T Severe. Thanks for popping in, bro. Spread the word if you can, man. I got 7 in the building. We can get a lot more in here. It's a surprise kind of live. I didn't tell anybody. I kind of just did it on a whim. But shout out to you, Severe. Thanks for popping in. And guys, if you guys don't even know, go check out Around the Shield, the previous episode we dropped on Saturday. I think we're going to be doing Saturdays from now on. So we're going to be doing Saturdays. Yeah, catch that show Around the Shield with me, Severe, and Pharaoh. We're going to be doing that weekly, and we'll be airing those on Saturday, so make sure you guys tune in. But getting back to Divine Deablo, he looks a lot slimmer this time around. He mentioned a little bit that he got real heavy last year, put on a lot of muscle, and slowed him down a little bit. And he also led to some injuries. And he said he has things to prove. And I agree with him. It's one of those deals where it's a contract year for him. So he's got to come out there and prove a point if he's trying to get paid, but not just the Raiders, but to somebody else in the NFL who want to take his services. And if he wants to up his market, he's going to have a great season. Also, Tommy Eichenberg, a lot of people are talking about him. I know that's Severe's guy. You know, a lot of people are talking about Tommy Eichenberg. He's having a great camp so far. He's catching on quickly. He's knocking right at the door to take Divine Deablo's spot. So I'm sure that Deablo sees that and sees that, you know, they got a rookie that is kind of looking to replace him. So he came in great shape, lost the weight that he gained from last year. And here he is, back at it now, a lot slimmer and ready to prove that he belongs as a starter on this team. Shout out to Zethary Ping Rice. I'm sorry if I messed up your last name. It says, how about Anthony Brown? How was his play? So I was checking out Graf's show earlier. He was talking about Anthony Brown. He took one in to the house. He not necessarily haven't heard anything else besides that, but he had one particular play where he took one to the house. And I would like to see him be included in this offense if possible. I would like to see him be more of a red zone, 4th and short type of kind of install a package with him, 4th and short, or even in the red zone if we can keep 3 quarterbacks. I know that there's a rule, and I'm not too clear about what the rule is, but you have 53 men on the roster, and I think you can keep that 3rd quarterback and it doesn't count against 53. But I don't know if it's used as an emergency situation or you can include him in certain, you know, you can put him in anytime you want. I really don't know the stipulation behind that, but I know that the Raiders kept 3 last year. So if they can keep 3, I would like to see Anthony Brown in there in red zone situations, short plays like that. But we'll see. Anthony Brown, keep your eye on him. I don't think he's going to be the starter, but I think that he's going to be a good option. He's going to play a part on this offense, even if it's a little role. So we'll see. Shout out to Severe. He says the writing may be on the wall for Deablo. Yeah, it's looking like it. He looks a lot smaller. He kind of looks like a safety again to me. But yeah, it might be the writing's on the wall. Eichenberg's knocking on the door. You got Masterson right there as well. Amari Burney, haven't heard much from him. We already know Spillane took over the green dot. Yeah, it is. He's got to, you know, put up or shut up. It's that time of year for him. Shout out to Chris for Raiders in the building. Thanks for popping in. I'm on my way home, guys. I'm on the 405. Not much traffic right now. I'm surprised, but as soon as I get to PCH, after like Malibu, I lose some reception. So you guys got me for about 30 to 45 minutes. Shout out to Desert Raiders in the building. A-Train's in the building. Rafa in the building. What's up, bro? What's going on, man? But yeah, as far as Divine Deablo goes, he's his days might be numbered. I don't see him being with the Raiders here next year, so he's gonna have to make a name for himself. Severe, he goes 3rd quarterback counts against the 53, but not against the 48 active on game day, I believe. Okay, so yeah, so they might sneak him in, they might maneuver some stuff to get him in there and make things happen. If they want to install him in like a goal line package, or kind of use him in kind of a trick play or some kind of exotic look that they want to include. But I think Anthony Brown, if he's that athletic threat, you got to utilize him somehow in the offense every once in a while at some point. But that's just me, man. What do you guys think about that one? The 405, yeah, there's traffic, man. Hold on, Chris for Raiders. Let me show you. It just hit right now. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. 405. Good old 405. Yeah, we're getting closer to that 10. I'm gonna jump on the 10 to PCH, going into Santa Monica, and then from there, yeah, you guys know how that goes with people from Southern California. That's how it goes. Shout out to Daniel Kim. Thanks for popping in, man. Gardner or O'Connell today? I heard that both had a pretty decent day, and that's one thing I did want to talk about was the offense. Now, a lot of people are a little bit afraid about the offense kind of struggling a little bit, that there's some, that they're still trying to find their way. There's some people panicking. There's some people panicking that they might not figure it out. Offensive line was struggling a little bit without pads. But today you saw a little bit more chirping from the offense. You saw the offensive line going out there with a chip on their shoulder, talking back to the defense. And I think it's part of the learning process as far as installing an offense early on. You're going to have that slow learning curve where you're kind of like trying to slow things down. You're learning on the fly. You're going to make some mistakes. But then after a while, you start showing those glimpses of brilliance. We saw a little bit today. Not too many. The defense is still showing to be elite, but they're showing glimpses of figuring things out. And I think it's going to take a while for them to do so. I'm going to stay optimistic about it. I think that it's going to take about a month for them to kind of find their stride, and kind of get the basics down, like master the basics. And then when you throw in those complex type of formations, it's going to take well into probably like the 4th, 5th week of the season. And that's not atypical for offenses in the NFL and just teams in the NFL. You've seen it last year. Because of only the 3 preseason games, teams are still trying to figure out how things are going to be ran, and you didn't see smooth, good football until around week 4, week 5. So that's one thing that I wanted to add to that, is that we can't panic. It's going to take some time, and I think they're going to be all right in the long run. Christopher Raiders, he says, that's what I remember, that look on the 405 parking lot. Yeah, it's looking like that. He goes, offense will step up. The defense had a head start. Yeah, the defense had a head start, and we're not just talking about a defense that's kind of middle of the road. On paper, people are talking about them being a top 10 defense in this league. So that's also, you got to take account for that. Shout out to Greg Leroy. He says, without defensive pressure in practice, the offense won't get better. If we have top 10 defense, it helps our offense. Yeah, absolutely. Iron sharpens iron kind of situation, right? Offense, they're gonna take their lumps early on. They're gonna take them bad. Our offensive line is gonna take their lumps. Thayer Mumford is gonna take his lumps. But when it comes down to get into those real game situations, they'll already be battle tested, and against lesser defenses, you'll see them succeed. And they're still, installing things. It's gonna take some time, man. But I'm patient with this offense. If I had to go on a panic meter, it's a 2 right now. Of course, you want to see them play a little bit better according to what reports are saying, and you never know the reports. Sometimes this media, they have in mind that this is a young offense, and they already kind of a preconceived notion, and they see things already with a biased lens. So it's hard to tell sometimes. We'll see when the pads come on. We'll see when they get into real competition where this offense stands. Let's see. Desert Raider says, Laube turning heads. Dylan Laube, man, he's definitely impressing me, and I think that he's going to be one of those guys. I'm probably going to get one of his jerseys. I'm telling you right now, I see him as a running back too. I see him early, probably a 3rd down back early, but I think when this all said and done, by the season's end, I see him as running back too. I like him for 400 yards rushing, 400 yards receiving, somewhere flirting around that. He could be a big piece of this offense in the long run, and in the near future for us. Shout out to Raider Robles. It says, what up, Big Mike? You think we'll get a return for a touchdown this year? Who do you think will be for our returner? I would love to see Laube back there. I would like to see Trey Tucker, one of those two. But as far as a return, yeah, definitely. I think it's going to happen. The rule changes allow more returns this year, and we're going to definitely see some action, man. A-Train says, I like that kid. Yeah, Laube's my guy, man, for sure. And, you know, I was gunning for him early on with the 30 for 30, the 30 days, 30 prospects. I had him projected 6th round, exactly where he got picked. And I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. This is good value, 6th round pick. And he's going to be a big part of our offense. I think he's going to do well. Shout out to Rick Diaz. Says, good afternoon, my friend. I'm not a Raider fan at all. I just like their logo. What are you guys going to do? What are you going to do? What is the team is going to do this season? My prediction, man, and thanks for the support, man. Thank you for popping in, even though you're not a Raider fan. Hopefully we make you Raider fans soon, man. My prediction is 11-6. I'm very optimistic with that. I know people are going to be like 11-6. I know the naysayers are going to say that. If I had to pick a floor or kind of a, if I had to pick it a straight floor, you're definitely going to see them around the bottom of the league, and that's if we get injuries, and that's if, you know, Aiden O'Connell doesn't do well. Gardner Minshew is not the guy that we think we could be, of course, at the bottom of the league, but that's anybody in the league, right? But a realistic type of record, I have them at 9-8, but I'm going 11-6 due to that defense. And if Aiden O'Connell can play mistake-less football, now I wouldn't say mistake-free, that's impossible, but mistake-reduced football as much as possible, right? So thanks for the support, man. Thanks for popping in. It says, seen a report that the Raiders will average 16 points per game. Yo, that's almost historic low. I wouldn't say historic low, but in today's game, 16 points per game is ridiculous. That isn't going to happen. I don't know what these people are thinking. They're not doing their research. They're just seeing that they have a quarterback that many people don't even think is even in the top 40 quarterbacks in this league as our starter. So people see that and they're like, there's no way that they can succeed. But with that defense and the pieces that we have on offense, the youngsters, the offensive line with some continuity, Colton Miller will be back. JPJ is going to be in the mix. We're definitely going to be a lot better than what people think. A-Train goes 12-5. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. 12-5. I got 11-6, like I said. Let me know, man. A-Train says 8-9 on the low end. 10-7 will be right with me. Christopher Raider says so. And shout out to you guys, 21 in the building. Make sure you guys like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks as I head into Santa Monica and into PCH. I'm glad I'm not going up the 405 today. Usually they'll have me go up the 405 to the 101 up to Oxnard. So I'm glad I'm going the PCH route, and I'll show you guys. If you guys aren't from the California area, I'll show you guys Santa Monica. I'll show you guys the beach as we get up there before I head out, man. Did you guys check out the interview, the Max Crosby interview with Patrick Graham? Let me know if you guys checked it out. I got to go check it out a little bit today when I get home. I'm interested to see what's going on with him. Patrick Graham, guys, we're lucky to have him as our defensive coordinator. He should definitely be a head coach somewhere. The Seahawks made a terrible mistake by not hiring him as their head coach, and I'm assuming, I'm predicting that they're going to regret that this season. I think they're going to definitely look at who they hired and be like, yeah, we didn't make the right decision by not bringing in a Patrick Graham. This is his kind of, I would predict also, and this is not going on a limb at all, guys. This is almost like a spoiler at this point. He's going to be in his final year as a defensive coordinator, especially if he succeeds with the Raiders. He's definitely going to be in for a head coaching spot, especially when he brings our defense to elite level, and that be the reason why we make the playoffs. People are going to be gunning for him. He's going to be a hot name coming into the offseason as far as a head coaching opening. So, guys, let me know what you guys think about the the Patrick Graham interview with Max Crosby's podcast. Hey, you can spoil it for me all you want. Let's talk about it, man. Let me know. How much were your season tickets? Bro, I wish I had season tickets. I'm actually going to be at the preseason game against the Cowboys in a couple of weeks. But yeah, so if you're in the Vegas area in a couple of weeks, I'll be out there. Come hit me up. I'll be with my wife. If you guys want to, shake my hand or talk some ball, man, I'm more than open to do that, man. We can definitely do that, as I'm trying to get into this lane and this jackass won't let me in. But yeah, Daniel Kim, let me know, man. What was some highlights about that thing, man? Bro. All right, here we go. So yeah, let me know, man. Going opening day at LA. Shout out to you, Street Professor. Yeah, I'm looking at that Charger game too, man. I'll be out there for the Charger game more than likely. I'm looking at the Bucks game in Tampa. I'm supposed to be meeting with Graf and Wasted out there. Yeah, definitely, we're definitely going to be doing that. But yeah, man, I would love to see you guys when I'm out there, man. Let me know what you guys want to talk about, man. I'm here for another about 15 minutes. That's a little bit I wanted to kind of get off my mind. Hey, honestly, let's talk about this one, right? I know this is kind of old news at this point. And this got some people in a frenzy out on the Twitter sphere, the X sphere, whatever you want to call it, man. You know, the whole Kermit the Frog thing with Patrick Mahomes, and people, all the naysayers, all the media heads, the talking heads are like, oh well, we just poked the bear. They just poked the bear. And let me tell you this right now, man. This guy is a human being that can get his ass kicked on any given day, any given Sunday. I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, don't give them bulletin board material. Listen, this is a Raiders team who's coming out prepared, ready to kick somebody's ass on a weekly basis. I think it is pretty evident at this point, guys, to where we can say and conclude that this team is going to be ready to play. This is a team that has been balling, that's been working and grinding since January 22nd. This is before the season even ended. This was during like the AFC Championship, NFC Championship. These guys were in the building working. Max Crosby witnessed in real time in his own building his arch rivals win a Super Bowl on his stadium, celebrating in his locker room. At this point, I don't think that it matters what anybody says. Both teams are going to come out fired up. Both teams are going to come out motivated. The Raiders aren't scared. The Raiders are motivated, and the outcome is going to have no bearing on what they say, on what anybody says. So, in saying all that, right, why not talk a little bit of shit? We don't like Patrick Mahomes around here, guys. I don't like Patrick Mahomes. I know you guys don't. We don't like the Chiefs in anywhere in here, and I'm not scared to talk a little bit of shit about them. We've been getting our ass kicked by them for years and years and years at this point. So, hey, we've been humble all those years, trying to, walk lightly, walk on eggshells. Like, all right, well, let's give them the respect and this and that. You know what? We're the last team to beat and kick their ass. So let's walk like we can kick their ass. All right. I'm not gonna kiss their ass and lay the red carpet out for them and give them all this respect when they lost to us last time. I'm sorry. It is what it is. They can brag for a Super Bowl, whatever, right? But they still got to deal with the Raiders at the end of the day, man. Let me know what you guys think about that. I want to hear it, man. Can't Get Right says humble now, we hungry, man. Yeah, you can be humble, but hungry and angry is kind of what I'm getting at right now. And the Raiders seem like they're hungry and angry. So I really don't care. And plus, Antonio Pierce said, yeah, he spoke to the rookie who did the whole thing. And he said he spoke to him. We don't know what they talked about. Maybe it was like, okay, I like the energy, but maybe not in public, right? Maybe he encourages it behind the scenes. You know, just not in front of the media, because they're going to run away with it and they're going to keep talking shit about the Raiders. So maybe that's what it was. But as far as having that mentality, like, hey, we don't care who you are, we're going to come out there and talk our shit, and we're going to kick your ass at the end of the day. I think that that's the message that Antonio Pierce is giving to this team. But I could be wrong. Let me know. Let me know. Shout out to Greg Leary. He says, I was pissed as much as Max Crosby. Yeah, absolutely, man. I think we all were, man. I think we all were. That was disgusting to watch him win a Super Bowl in our stadium. It was disgusting. Christopher Raiders says, we have different mentality and attitude. We ain't scared of shit. Yeah, absolutely, man. And I don't know. I think this Raider team has a different attitude. They're trying to bring back that Raider way, to be the villains, to be the team that wants to be feared. So I really don't think they care whether or not, you know, there's bulletin board material from the opposite team, because at the end of the day, the pads are going to talk. I think the pads are going to talk, and I think they're going to talk real loud with this Raider team this year, man. But let me know, man. Can't Get Right says healthy competition. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, people who've played sports before, I know there's plenty of guys out there that have played ball and have been in competitive situations. No matter wins or losses, you went out there and still talk some shit. Big Mike, shout out to Raider Robles. He says, Big Mike, you think we finally going to get the W at Allegiant? It's time. Yeah, I think this year's the year. I think that we're going to beat them in Vegas, and then come Black Friday, they might get us on Black Friday. They're going to want to avenge that home loss that they had last year on Christmas Day, and I think they're going to do so. And I think that's going to be what decides who's going to win the division or not. And I think that we're going to be that wild card spot. Unfortunately, I think we're going to lose that Black Friday game against the Chiefs. It would be great to see them win that game, but I think that's going to be the decider for the division, and we're going to come up just a little bit short. A-Train says in my 12-5, you win the AFC West. By the way, hey, I'm with it, man. I hope we do. I hope we do. Can't Get Right says we want to be respected, not liked. Oh yeah, I just said that. So yeah, absolutely. Can't Get Right, you said it perfectly, man. Like, subscribe, and share, man. Like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks, man. I need the support, man. I appreciate all 26 in the building, man. Thank you for popping in. Christopher Raiders is about to lose you, Mike. Yeah, got about 15 to 20 minutes with me. I'm gonna show you where I'm at right now. Let's see. There we go, guys. We're over here at Santa Monica. There you go. Santa Monica. Good old traffic on PCH. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. It says, shout out to Raw Dog 729. It says, how many rookies do you think are going to get significant playing time? That's a good question. Definitely Brock Bowers. He's going to get his time. JPJ, he's going to be in the mix for some starting spots. Maybe not early on, but definitely soon. Let's see, who else? Who am I missing? DJ Glaze, we might not see much of him. Maybe if there's an injury, hopefully not. But DeCamry Richardson, he might be in certain plays. Eichenberg, I think that we'll see him a good amount. He'll be in a rotation. Dylan Laube, he's going to be our running back too, like I said, when it's all said and done. And then our 7th round guys, I don't think we're going to see them maybe on special teams. So kind of a breakdown for there. So significant playing time, I'll say 2, maybe 3. And those 3, the 1st and 2nd round guy, and I think Eichenberg is going to be in a good rotation. Dylan Laube is going to get some good time. I don't think he's going to be a starter. He won't be there every play, but he's going to get a good amount of playing time as well. So 4, you can say 4, right? That's kind of where I'm at. Shout out to Can't Get Right. He says Cali from LA. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm in Santa Monica right now on PCH in some wall-to-wall traffic, some car-to-car traffic. We're moving at the speed of snail right now, but it's all right, man. I'm here with you guys for probably about another 10, 15 minutes until I lose some reception out here on the PCH as I get into Malibu. Can't get right. Thanks, Big Mike, for the content. There you go. I'm not good at saying that, not as good as Graf, but shout out to Graf on that one, man. But yeah, man. What are you guys' expectations for this for the preseason? What do you guys want to see in the preseason? Do you want to see a lot of the starters? Do you want to see our quarterbacks play? How often do you want to see the quarterbacks play? I would want to see the quarterbacks. I want to see both Minshew and O'Connell. I want to see them split some time in the first half, part of the second half, and then I want to see a lot of Anthony Brown in the late third and the fourth quarter. Let me know what you guys think about that one. Shout out to D. Marquise Wilder with the $2 haymaker, says, this is time to knock off the Chiefs. Absolutely, man. This is time. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love, man. Yeah, the Chiefs need to go. We need to take them down. And I think that's Antonio Pierce is definitely, you know, instilling that mindset. We need to get them. We need to knock them out already. It's been way too long, man. Christopher Ray says Lobby's making his name known. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm definitely getting a Lobby jersey. Desert Raider says I want as few injuries as possible. So I'm guessing you mean you don't want to see too many of the starters, and that's fair. But with this offense, I want more reps as possible. And yeah, you're going to risk injury with that one, but we got to take some risk to get this offense on the right foot. So I want to see them as much as possible. I want to see some of the starters in, of course not Devontae Adams, of course not Colton Miller, but I want to see a lot of those starters in there for maybe the first couple of quarters for the first two games. Now, that third game, go ahead and let the guys who are on the bubble making the team play at that situation. Christopher Rader says, I want to see Anthony Brown more. Yeah, absolutely. I already told you, I mentioned possibly putting him in an offensive package where he can showcase that athleticism and run kind of like a zone option, read option kind of deal. I want to see stuff like that from him. Raider Robles says, I want to see rookies and sophomores get that work. Get the work in. Let AOC and Minshew battle it out the whole preseason. I say, yeah, absolutely. I agree. I agree. Christopher Raiders, this AB we need to keep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Anthony Brown. Yeah, we got to keep him. Desert Raider says, I'm good with the starters getting the reps. Don't want the injury bug to bite us. Yeah. You got to find that fine line, right? You know, you got to find the fine line to where, you know, these guys are getting good reps and also not risking injury, right? You got to find the balance. Can't get right says JB is definitely a focused individual. Are you talking about Jacorian Brown? Because Jacorian Bennett, I'm sorry, Jacorian Bennett. Jacorian Bennett, a lot of people are saying good things about him. I think he's going to be our starter on the other side. I think he's shown so far that he's ready to grind. And I talked about him a lot last year. He was one of my favorite guys coming out in the draft last year. He is a guy who was grinded from the JUCO route. He was a 3-star recruit. And actually, he was a track guy coming into college. And then he earned himself from the JUCO route to play at Maryland. And so he's one of those guys that grinds. And then that's what you need. And I think he fits that perfect image of what Antonio Pierce is doing. And it's showing out. He's putting in the work. He's a willing guy who wants to improve. And yeah, we're definitely gonna see what Jacorian Bennett can bring to the table. Shout out to East Coast Gridiron in the building. Let me scroll down to what he says. I'm just ready for week 0 of college football. Yeah, man. College football is going to be exciting, man. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have checked out College Football 25, but that game is phenomenal. And it's getting me hyped up for college football. So, yeah, shout out to you, ECG. Isaiah Randolph, shout out to you, man. It says, hey, man, can't wait to see the rookie DBs in the preseason. Yeah. Cameron Richardson, they're saying he's having a good camp. I don't want to see him as a starter, but I definitely want to see him in that rotation for sure, man. Let's see what else we got. Street Professor, he says, I want to see some chemistry on the offense in the preseason. Yeah, and we haven't seen it yet. I think it's starting to mold just a little bit. Those guys are starting to you know, talk back to the defense. So that's kind of where it starts, you know, kind of getting that swagger. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what this offense can do. It's going to take some time to kind of mesh and gel, but we'll get there, man. We'll get there. Raider Paul in the building. Raiders. Thanks for the support, man. Jack Burton in the building. And appreciate it, man. Jack Burton, 17 in the building. ECG also in the building. And then, oh, yeah. Hey, Chris for Raiders, man. Yeah, that college 25 is no joke, man. Oh, hey, can't get right, man. ECG is he does college stuff. He does some NFL film and stuff. He's Raider adjacent, but he's a Jags fan. But we welcome him here, man. Let him live, man. Let him live. He does football content, man. That's why we love him. His love for the game, his brain for the game, is second to none, man. So he's definitely good over here, man. Joseph C says, great job as usual, Big Mike. Hey, I do my best, man. As I sit in traffic over here in Santa Monica. Let me see if I can give you guys another view of what's going on right here, man. Let me see. There you go. So here we go. Santa Monica, right here along the coast. Cruising. Not by choice. This is just what the traffic dictates. Let me see. Shout out to Raider Paul in the building. Says AP said on the presser he ain't happy with the quarterbacks today. Hey, a coach is going to be a coach, man. And they need to work harder. And I'm glad that he put that out there in Front Street. That's one thing that you can always rely on with AP is that he's going to tell it like it is. And that's what I like about it. And it's way better than what we had last year with Josh McDaniel giving you the same, you know, he was kind of like the puppet, the string puppet, gives you the same answers over and over. You just pull the string, and then it's the same blurb over and over and over again. We don't get that with Antonio Pierce. Antonio Pierce is going to let you know how it is, man. Yeah. Hey, ECG, yeah, beautiful mountainside over here in Santa Monica, heading towards Malibu, man. Yeah. It's a great drive, man. I rode through traffic every day, but you can't beat the drive, man. You can't beat the view. I can't complain, man. Joseph C says, that's all we want to do is talk football. There you go, man. That's what ECG's here for, man. And he makes all of us smarter as far as football knowledge goes. And I know the diehard Raider fans, shout out to you guys. Much love to you guys. A lot of you guys just want to hear Raider stuff, and that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But, you know, ECG brings a whole level of Raider nerddom, Raider fandom to the table. He helps us with breaking down film. He helps us with gaining our knowledge as far as what we're looking at and how we look at the game of football, man. So he's definitely appreciated here, man. Shout out to UCG, man. I can't say how much I appreciate you, man. It's definitely we got to link up soon, man. As far as on my channel, do some Raider film when the games start and do some plays like that, man. That'd be great. Can't get right. He says he's all right, I guess, JK. Man, come on, man. ECG's the man over here, man. There you go. Mustang Mike in the building. He says, love the Raiders, man. Hey, good to hear it, man. It's a great day to be a Raider, man. The Pads were talking today, and the Pads are going to be talking for the rest of the season until February. Hopefully, February, whatever, 9th, we're playing in that game, man. We'll see. We'll see. It's a long road ahead, though. What games in Vegas are you going to? Not any games in Vegas this year, man, unless something happens, something drastic happens, or you know, I'm kind of I don't know, impulse buy some tickets. But if I were to choose a game, I would love to go to that Steelers game, Raiders Steelers, but that's one of the most expensive tickets in the game right now. Definitely going to be at the Chargers game, going to be at the Bucs game in Tampa. So yeah, those are the games I'm looking at. Let's see. It's nice to hear a different perspective. ECG brings it, yeah. And go ahead and make sure, if you haven't checked out ECG on his channel, man, go ahead and check out ECG. He puts down great content. He does some college football stuff, college football 25, like live gaming stuff. is good stuff. He breaks down film. He does a lot of good stuff over there. So off your Raider hat and you start looking at some college football stuff and stuff in general, go ahead and check out East Coast Gridiron, man. He does some great work, man. Yeah, we got a link. Yeah, if you're in the Tampa area or just link in general, man, just hit me up anytime, man. Hit me up anytime. Do you wish they kept Gruden? I'll say this, and I think this is a hot take. I've said this to a couple of people, and I think that it's not said enough. I think that we make the AFC Championship that year that we lost Gruden. I think that if Gruden stays, that offense keeps its firepower, keeps the foot on the accelerator kind of deal, right? Derek Carr was on fire that season before we lost Henry Ruggs and before we lost Gruden. And I think if Gruden was still around, the Henry Ruggs thing wouldn't have happened. I think that that leadership has to be accounted for, has to be taken into consideration when it comes to Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs was having a hell of a season before that whole thing happened, and I think that we ended up making the playoffs anyway that year with Rich Bisaccia. But I think that Gruden would have had us. We would have beat the Bengals in that first round, and we would have beat the Titans in that second round. I have us going to the AFC Championship. I know it's a hot take. I know a lot of people don't think that that's the thing, but I think that I think we would have been all right with John Gruden. I think that Derek Carr was actually playing his best football at the beginning of that season under John Gruden before he got taken out by the whole email thing. But that's a hot take. I know a lot of people probably won't agree with that, but hey, that's why we're here, man. Shout out to J Dub in the building. ECG is solid, man. He's definitely a solid dude. Solid content, very smart, very knowledgeable. Can't Get Right says Gruden is a threat to Goodell. Obviously, yeah. I mean, they're definitely in that. I don't know. I didn't keep up too much with the case, but hey, it's he definitely. It was definitely a problem for sure. I would say that. Shout out to Raider Paul in the building. Says, who do you want to start at quarterback? I want Aiden O'Connell to start because I think he's a little bit more polished. He's going to make less. He's going to take a lot less risks, and I think he's going to be just business-wise. It's a lot smarter to have your guy that's on a rookie contract succeed. I mean, look at what teams are paying quarterbacks these days. Jordan Love just got a $55 million contract. So, if Aiden O'Connell plays well, we got him on a rookie deal for the next couple of years. Now, I know at some point he's going to ask for some more money if he does well, but right now, in maybe a 1-2 year window, if he plays well, we can build around him similar to what the 49ers did with doing with Brock Purdy. And we don't have to worry about paying him that big contract until, maybe 2 years from now. So I'm really rooting for Aiden O'Connell business franchise-wise because I want the Raiders to succeed. And yeah, that's the reason why I want Aiden O'Connell to succeed because financially we can build the team more around him by saving and not having to pay that crazy amount. Now, if, Gardner Minshew succeeds, and he exceeds expectation, then that means for him to get a bigger contract down the line. So, business-wise, I'm going for Aiden O'Connell, man. That's my pick on that one. Let me see. Can't Get Right music to my ears. Okay, I don't know what you mean to that one. Raider Paul says if he uses his legs, he's good. Yeah, absolutely, man. He has to do that this year. Christopher Raider says it doesn't matter who starts, but who finishes. Okay. Plus, we will have a great backup. Yeah, absolutely, man. It won't be too much drop-off depending on who starts. And that's the good part about it, right? Mustang Mike just sub. Hey, thanks for popping in, man. Let people know where I'm at, man. This is Big Mike Raider. If you know any Raiders fans, I know you know plenty of them. Share with your folks, man. And like the thumb. Tell them to like the thumb when they get in here. Thanks for the support, man. Hopefully I see you around a lot more. But guys, that is about it for me, man. I'm about to lose you guys soon. I don't want to just cut it off spontaneously, keep you guys hanging. Thanks for popping in. And I will see you guys soon, man. Keep you guys' eyes out for Friday. I'm sorry, Saturday. We're gonna do the Around the Shield with Severe and Pharaoh on Saturday morning, probably around 10 o'clock. Keep your eye on for that one. And then on Thursday, me, ECG, and Graphic Raider are going to be doing a film breakdown about our 7th round guy, MJ Devonshire, and our 4th round guy, DeCamerion Richardson. We're going to do a film breakdown. Make sure you guys tune into that one. But with that one, guys, we're calling it, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. If I can turn this off. There we go.